What's up everyone, Raju here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something a little different, but something I think a lot of you will appreciate. We're going to be unboxing and trying out a handful of gadgets specifically picked out for developers. I've got a few things here on the desk that claim to make our lives easier, more comfortable, and ultimately more productive. So I figured, let's put them to the test together and see what's actually worth the investment and what's just hype. The goal here is pretty simple: to find out if these pieces of tech can genuinely improve the day-to-day grind of coding. I'm talking about real tangible benefits. Does this keyboard actually save your wrists? Does this extra screen space really speed up your workflow? We're going to get hands-on with each one, run them through some typical coding scenarios, and I'll give you my honest first impression thoughts on whether they live up to their promises. It's all about separating the genuinely useful tools from the gimmicks. I've spent more hours than I can count hunched over a laptop, feeling that all too familiar neck and wrist strain after a long debugging session. It got me thinking there has to be a better way. That's what sparked this whole journey, a personal quest to build a more ergonomic and efficient setup. So if you've ever felt that post-coding fatigue or just wondered how you could optimize your workspace, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Alright, so first up on the desk is this thing, the Ergonomic Keyboard. Straight out of the box, you can see it's not your standard flat rectangle. This one has a split design, a gentle curve, and a built-in wrist rest. The whole idea here is to position your hands in a more natural, neutral posture. Instead of forcing your wrists to bend outwards to reach the keys, this design lets them stay straight, which in theory should reduce a ton of strain over time. It definitely looks a little weird, and I can already tell there's going to be a learning curve. The build quality feels pretty solid. The keys have a nice, satisfying travel to them. Not too clicky, but you definitely feel the actuation. It's a mechanical keyboard, which a lot of developers swear by, but the main selling point is the ergonomics. The wrist rest is padded and feels comfortable on first touch. My immediate thought is how long it will take to get used to the split layout. Your muscle memory for typing is a powerful thing, and this keyboard is actively trying to retrain it. I'm expecting a lot of typos for the first couple of hours at least. So, let's plug it in and actually write some code. I'm going to spend some time refactoring a component I've been working on, which should be a good test. It involves a lot of repetitive typing, navigating with arrow keys, and using keyboard shortcuts. This is where you typically start to feel that subtle ache in your wrists and forearms. I'm curious to see if the angled position of my hands makes a noticeable difference, especially when I'm deep in the zone and not actively thinking about my posture. After about an hour of use, I have to say it's interesting. The initial awkwardness is definitely there. My typing speed is probably down by about 20% right now. But, and this is a big but, I can already feel what it's trying to do. My shoulders feel more relaxed because my arms aren't squeezed together, and my wrists are undeniably straighter. It feels less like I'm contorting my hands to fit the keyboard, and more like the keyboard is built to fit my hands. I think this is a long-term play. The immediate payoff isn't speed, it's comfort. Next up, we're talking about screen real estate. This might seem like an obvious one, but the impact of moving from a single laptop screen to a proper dual monitor setup can't be overstated. What I have here is a pretty standard but high-quality 27-inch 4K monitor that I'm pairing with my laptop. The goal is simple: more pixels, more space, less alt-tabbing. The ability to have your code editor open on one screen and your app's live preview or documentation on the other is a classic developer life hack for a reason. The setup is straightforward. A single USB-C or HDMI cable, and you've effectively doubled your digital workspace. The immediate difference is huge. You go from feeling cramped, constantly juggling windows and trying to remember what's behind what, to having this expansive view of your entire workflow. On the main monitor, I have my VS Code instance open, taking up the full screen. No distractions, just code. On my laptop screen to the side, I have the browser running the local development server and another tab with API documentation. This setup fundamentally changes how you work. Instead of context switching by hitting a keyboard shortcut, you're just shifting your gaze. When a bug pops up, I can see the error in the browser console on one screen while simultaneously tracing the code on the other. There's no break in flow. It makes debugging faster, it makes referencing documentation less of a chore, and it just makes the whole process feel smoother and more organized. It's like upgrading from a small workshop to a massive, well-lit warehouse. The real test is in the efficiency gains. Over a full day of coding, the number of times I would have had to switch windows, resize them, and reorganize my desktop is probably in the hundreds. With 2 monitors, that number drops to nearly 0. Every piece of information I need is visible at a glance. It's a simple concept, but the cumulative effect on productivity is massive. For any developer still working exclusively off a single laptop screen, this is probably the single biggest quality of life upgrade you can make. Alright, let's talk about focus. As a developer, getting into a state of flow is everything. It's that magical zone where the code just comes naturally and you're completely immersed in the problem you're solving. But honestly, the easiest way to get knocked out of that zone is an unexpected distraction. A dog barking, a roommate on a call, construction outside your window, any of those can throw you off. That's where these come in, a pair of high-end, over-ear, noise-canceling headphones. The promise of these is pretty bold, to create your own personal bubble of silence no matter where you are. As soon as you put them on and flip that switch, the world just melts away. The low-frequency hums of air conditioning, the distant traffic, the general ambient noise of a room, it all just vanishes. It's actually a bit surreal the first time you experience it. You're left with just your thoughts, and whatever music or podcast you choose to pipe in. For deep work, this is a superpower. I'm testing these in what I'd consider a moderately noisy environment. I've got some coffee shop ambient sounds playing on a speaker in the room, and my window is open to the street. With the headphones on and the active noise cancellation enabled, it's a night and day difference. The constant, low-level distractions are gone. It allows your brain to stop subconsciously processing all that background noise and dedicate all of its power to the task at hand. In my case, untangling a complex piece of logic in my application. Beyond just blocking noise, a good pair of headphones also signals to others that you're in deep work mode. It's a universal do not disturb sign. But the real value is internal. By eliminating auditory distractions, you create an environment that's conducive to concentration. You can stay in that productive flow state for longer periods, which means you get more done in less time. For anyone working in an open office, a busy home, or even a loud coffee shop, these aren't a luxury. They're an essential tool for maintaining focus and sanity. Okay, so we've covered comfort, screen space, and focus. But this last gadget is the one I was most excited to test. And honestly, it might be the standout of the bunch. This is a portable, high-resolution monitor. Think of it as the perfect hybrid of a dual monitor setup and the freedom to work from anywhere. It's incredibly thin and light, about the size of a large tablet, and it draws power directly from your laptop via a single USB-C cable. No extra power brick needed. The sheer versatility of this thing is its killer feature. At my desk, it can act as a third screen, dedicated to Slack, email, or a terminal window. But the real magic happens when you leave the desk. I can take my laptop and this monitor to the kitchen table, the couch, or a coffee shop, and in 30 seconds, I have a legitimate dual-screen workstation. It completely redefines what it means to be productive on the go. The screen quality is surprisingly good too, crisp, bright, with great color accuracy. Let's imagine a common scenario, pair programming, or a collaborative session with a colleague. Instead of both of you huddling over a single small laptop screen, you can just prop this up. You can mirror your display so you both have a clear view. Or you can extend your desktop and use it as a dedicated presentation screen for the code you're walking through. It immediately makes collaboration more effective and comfortable. It's one of those things you don't realize you need until you have it, and then you can't imagine working without it. This gadget truly bridges the gap between a fixed, powerful home office setup and the flexibility of remote work. It gives you the main benefit of a multi-monitor setup, that extra screen real estate, in a package that fits in your backpack right alongside your laptop. For developers who travel, work from different locations, or just want the option to have a full-powered setup in any room of their house, this portable monitor is, in my opinion, an absolute game changer. This is the one I'm definitely keeping. So after spending the day with these 4 gadgets, it's clear that the right tools can make a huge difference. We're not just talking about marginal gains here. From the long-term comfort offered by the ergonomic keyboard to the immediate focus boost from the noise-canceling headphones, each of these items tackles a specific pain point in a developer's daily life. It's about more than just being productive. It's about making the work itself more sustainable and enjoyable. The portable monitor, for me, was the real surprise winner, offering incredible flexibility. Investing in your workspace is investing in yourself. Whether it's reducing physical strain, minimizing distractions, or streamlining your workflow with more screen space, these tools can have a significant and positive impact on both your productivity and your overall well-being. The hours we spend coding add up, and making that time more comfortable and efficient is one of the smartest investments a developer can make. It's not about having the flashiest gear, but about being intentional with the tools you use every single day. But now I want to hear from you. What's the one gadget in your setup that you absolutely can't live without? Is there a piece of tech that has completely changed your coding game? Drop your favorites in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see what everyone is using. And if you found this useful and want more tips on building the ultimate workspace, be sure to check out my other video on optimizing your home office setup. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.